6 Rules of Money for 2022. This brand new year, 2022, brings with it a wealth of excitement and opportunities. It's a year in which a lot of exciting events are going to happen, especially in the world of business. From investing to making money, we have a lot to talk about and get into this year. A lot is happening, from cryptocurrencies and NFT, all the way to advancements in tech and healthcare. This year, to say the least, is going to be exciting. And for those with a keen eye and a sense of the opportunity, you're bound to make a ton of money. So if you're excited, stay tuned as we review some new money-related rules and tips for 2022. 1. Start saving. Start the year by saving money. Have you heard stories from people who bought their dream home, car, appliances, paid for their college fees, or even went for a vacation, all from the savings they made? They simply developed the 21-day rule and started making saving a habit. To start, there are several factors to guide you. First, be disciplined. Money does not stay where it is needed, it stays where it's respected. That is, don't squander money just because you have it. Rather, attach it to recurrent expenses such as phone bills, rent, mortgage payment, electricity bills, or student loans. Make it count, otherwise you will keep paying what we call poverty tax. So how am I supposed to start saving? Is the common question. Well, simply start by record your expenses. Figure out how much you spend by organizing a workable budget for all your daily expenses, from groceries, mortgage to telephone bills, among others. Using a digital program or app can help automate this work, such as the Pocket Guard app. Find ways you can cut your spending, cancel subscriptions and memberships you don't use. Take a bus or a train to school or work. Also use a bicycle for short distances, which can also be a form of exercise to keep you fit. Food: carry packed lunch to school or work. Commit to eating out once a month. Get coupons for foodstuff. Set savings goals. Think of what you might want to save for, perhaps planning a vacation, saving for retirement, getting married, or going to college. Then figure out how much money you will need. Is it a short or long-term goal? Pick the right tools. Use a piggy bank. It can be for the whole family or personal. Throw in your pocket change for small bills or coins. You can also use swear jars if you want to get rid of that bad habit. Also, you can open automated checking and savings accounts. 2. Invest your money. Most of us tend to confuse between saving money and investing. Saving money involves setting funds aside in safe, liquid accounts. Investing involves buying an asset in hopes of earning a return. Here's a 5-step process that can help you figure out how to invest your money right now. Identify your financial goals, time frame, and feelings about risk. Decide whether you want to take a do-it-yourself or manage-it-for-me approach. Pick the type of investment account you'll use: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, index funds, exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and options. Open an account. Choose an account provider, an online broker, or a robo-advisor. You can set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment account, or even directly from your paycheck if your employer allows that. Choose what investments match your risk tolerance: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate. 3. Better yourself. Go back to school. A recent study found that going back to school to get an MBA can add a full 45% to your salary. By the way, you don't have to step inside a school compound. You can partake in online classes while in the comfort of your home or workplace. So in 2022, learn new skills and place yourself in a position for career advancement. Send the kids to college. Spend whatever it takes, save whatever it takes, borrow whatever it takes. Education is the smartest investment you can make, and it's your children's most valuable asset towards their earning power. College graduates make 80% more than people with only a high school diploma, which adds up to an extra $1 million over a lifetime. Improve your health. Many people tragically die from work-related diseases and stress due to a lack of proper health care. Use the money to better your health status. Visit that spa center, hit the gym, do yoga, eat healthy foods, and above all, relax, be it by taking a vacation or traveling. Let your money take care of you. 4. Start up a business. Have you always wanted to start your own business? Before we dive into money matters, first try to answer a few questions. Why do you want to start a business? Is it for riches, freedom, and flexibility, to solve a problem, or some other reason? What skills do you have? What do you like to do? How much capital do you have to risk? Will it be a full-time or a part-time venture? If you have answered those questions and assume you have conducted market research, if not, watch out for my next video. The next step is to know your competitors, and remember, the presence of competitors is oftentimes a good sign. It means that the market for your product or service already exists, so you know that you have potential customers who are willing to spend money on your product or service. Write your business plan. A business plan is a necessity, especially if you will be seeking outside financing, but if you plan on financing yourself, a business plan helps you figure out how much money to get started with. Pick your business location. Consider the following: price. Contemplate whether you can afford rental space or even buy one. Accessibility and visibility. Look for spaces near parking or public transportation. Ensure people can easily find you. Local, city, and state rules and regulations. Ensure there are no restrictions that will limit your operations or that will act as barriers to your store. Fund your business. The main part of starting a business is to seek financing for your venture. There are various investment and lending options such as commercial banks, small business administration, SBA, loans, friends and family, credit cards, venture capital, crowdfunding, and so on. 5. Prepare for bad times. The fourth rule of money in Robert Kiyosaki's book titled Conspiracy of the Rich explains how important it is to prepare for the bad times when you will only know good times. Robert gave the account of the famous story of a biblical character, Joseph. Joseph's dream and interpretation of 7 bad years convinced the Pharaoh to prepare for the famine. This alone made Egypt the most powerful country. If we can deal with a financial crisis, we will be very profitable in good times. Start with an emergency fund. One way of preparing for unexpected life events is to have a solid emergency fund in place. Your emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of standard living expenses and should be relatively liquid. An emergency fund is important in the event you lose your job and have a hard time finding another one. It's always pleasing to know you have the money there while you are dealing with other issues such as job loss, illness, or anything that might affect your income. To obtain life insurance, you must have adequate life insurance to provide for your family. The value of the policy's death benefit should provide enough money for your beneficiary to pay off debts after you pass away. You must have life insurance coverage if you have children, which can even cover their cost of education. Plan for natural disasters. In this age where natural disasters are on the rise, wildfires, floods, and hurricanes are striking states, straining resources, and devastating communities already overwhelmed by COVID. They can come upon you suddenly, and you need to be prepared to deal with them. Consider which natural disasters are common where you live and talk to your insurance provider about the coverage you may need. Create a backup budget. Finally, you may want to sit down and create a fallback budget. The fallback budget should leave out the things you could cut back on or do without if necessary. This fallback will help you be ready in case you experience an unplanned financial event or a period of unemployment. If you make the plan now, it will be easier to put it into place when and if the time comes. At the beginning of a crisis, you may not be thinking clearly, and it helps to have a plan already laid out that you can follow. 6. Learn how to use debt. Debt is a word that many people fear. There are plenty of TV shows, books, and magazines dedicated to teaching people how to get out of debt. While debt can be considered a negative metric, it can also be positive if used correctly. The primary way to use debt to invest positively is to use leverage to exponentially multiply your returns. What exactly is leverage? Leverage is the use of borrowed money to increase the return on investment. Leverage can enable you to achieve previously unimaginable returns, but with a higher risk of losing your capital. Rich people use good debt to increase their value, investing in cash flow assets using other people's money, either the bank or investors. Many people think that it is a fantasy world in which people simply give you money to invest, but that could not be further from the truth. The truth is that most people do not have time to look for good deals. Instead, they rely on individuals with the necessary financial education, skill set, and leadership to seal deals with them. This is a type of debt called effective debt, in which money can be used to purchase assets that have the potential to grow in value and or generate income that can be used to pay off debt. Examples of these assets include property, stocks, and other securities such as managed funds. It is this type of debt that can help you create real wealth in the long run. Therefore, there are two approaches to debt management as a way to build long-term wealth. Removing non-effective debt. Non-performing debt will almost certainly reduce your wealth due to the interest and associated fees. In some cases, focusing on paying off that debt first, starting with your higher interest/fee debt and paying it down gradually, may be beneficial. For example, if the interest rate on your credit card balance or personal loan is higher than the interest rate on your home loan, depending on your circumstances, it may be better to pay off your credit card debt first because it has higher interest and fees than your home loan. With this method, you should be able to gradually reduce your total interest payments. Recycle history. Debt recycling can be an effective strategy for accumulating wealth over time by converting some ineffective debt that does not generate capital or income growth, or is not tax-deductible, into potentially efficient debt that generates growth, capital, or income, or withholding from taxes. One option is to use a lump sum, perhaps from a bonus or inheritance, to pay off your bad debt. If you then borrow the same amount and invest it, you are replacing the non-performing debt with tax-free debt that has the potential to generate wealth. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you very much. All I ask of you is to press the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive all new and everyday